That's the silent one. That's exciting. So I do this.
I love it.
Guys, welcome to the Comedy Star Podcast. I forgot to bring a change of shirt, so I'm wearing the same shirt in 2 podcasts back to back. So people are gonna think I'm a creep, but we're stockpiling because I'm going out of town.
Yeah.
So Comedy Star Podcast, my co-guest host, Mr. Earl Skakel, ladies and gentlemen.
What's up?
I'm loving this beard. What's happening? Are you
This is like
going
my
and hiding?
Opie from Sons of Anarchy look.
Okay, it's uncomfortable. I didn't realize I was going to be this close to it. Frank Castillo.
Hey.
What? Our newest paid regular. Is that how we gotta do it?
Beatnik style. Wait, is it
Beatnik.
Castillo or
It's
Castillo?
Castillo, but I don't want to.
Oh, say it right? Did I make you Italian?
Yeah.
I made you a guinea. It's what I do.
It's all right. I get it. Yeah.
I prefer guinea. So,
I thought
no,
you
I'm
loved
kidding.
Mexicans.
I love all of it.
Oh, okay.
So wait, so say it right.
Frank Castillo.
Castillo, not Castillo.
No.
So I definitely added the extra ginzaloon.
Yeah.
I mean, I've been calling him the wrong name for 3 years then.
Why?
I've been calling him Castillo.
Castillo's right.
Yeah, that's how you say it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Earl, you're not listening to him.
No, I am.
Frank
It's just-
Castillo,
It's confusing.
new paid regular.
Mhm.
I know. That's a big deal.
It's a giant deal, and also the reason I'm like excited to have you on is because your journey here, like the bullshit that you went through. Because people think, oh, I'm funny, I just get passed.
No,
And I had on Julia Rossi, who showcased once and got passed by Mitzi. So sometimes it works like that, and
Mhm.
other times you get Ari Shafir and Gary Shandling like yourself.
Yeah.
I don't think you've been took as long.
No, it was 5 years I've worked here, but
Okay.
the cool thing was once I got passed, a lot of people were just like, "Oh, I thought you were passed already," which was a good feeling.
Why?
Cause it's this idea of
You find out who pays attention and who don't.
no, but it's also like this, validation's so few and far between when you're just coming up or doing stand up here. So when you have peers or people you look up to that are like, "Oh, we've already thought that you've been on this level for already," so you're like, "Oh, okay, then it's just a perception of myself."
Oh, I see what you mean.
Yeah,
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, so like Dalia and like Ron White and like who else?
Fucking name drop.
I
You
know,
believe
right?
this?
Jeff Ross.
No. Other people just be like, "Yeah, we thought you were passed a few years ago," which is a good feeling because then it
Right.
just means that it's like a sense of belonging.
Got it.
Because this place is so hard to get into.
That's brutal.
Absolutely.
And it should be.
And it should be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And especially now.
Absolutely.
Like,
now.
because it's like a real business now
yeah.
and we're like open.
it's also the only place that you could go as a young comic and still have a solid pathway to getting past to becoming a paid regular. That's the whole reason I first tried to get a job here. The whole reason I moved to Los Angeles to get a door guy job here because I knew that's how you became a comedian.
Yeah. Didn't you
Yeah.
grow up here?
My family's from Los Angeles. I grew up in the Bay Area.
I mean, I'm not judging you on your
I-
Mexicanness, but I'm assassin.
yeah,
Well, I am.
super Mexican.
Oh.
You've met
Wow.
my
Hey,
pops.
Tommy.
Well, I liked him. He was the right shade of brown.
Me and Jay Light were the last guys that Tommy hired.
Jay Light.
Me and Jay Light together.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, yeah.
That's like the whitest guy.
Yep.
Well,
And
is
the
that,
Mexicanest Mexican guy.
That is his
Wow.
type.
I thought his name was Jay White.
Tommy, that's terrible. I don't think you should.
I miss you, Tommy. Tommy called me one of the good ones.
No.
Oh yeah.
That's not racist at all, by the way.
No, it isn't.
Well, he also
I was.
That's extremely racist. That's so awful.
It's so funny.
Well, he also called Chris Burns that too.
Yeah.
Shut up.
The old black manager.
I was
there.
going to say, I don't think he would call him that. I feel like he would go
That's how we
the
both
other way
connected.
with Chris.
Because we were both like, he said that shit to me all too. It's so ridiculous.
You find like 30 other people he said that to. You're like, wait a minute. I thought I was
Hey,
special.
No, were you disappointed when Tommy got fired? Because did you think, oh, this guy is my way in?
No, not at all. I kind of
Was he fucking with you? Like he would fuck with people?
No, he would like kind of tell me things. When I got hired, it was more of like a lot of people vouched for me to get hired.
Okay.
And a lot of the door guys would watch me on the potluck, and they've seen me win roast battles at the time, and that is what got me hired. Because I think Adam was the one who hired me, and my name had been tossed around, and Tommy was the one who was like, "Okay, yeah, we should hire him." But Tommy was like, before he hired me, he said, "I don't know what your career is going to become, but everyone's telling me that you're the guy that I should hire.
Well,
As a door guy, I don't know what your career is going to become.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So it was just kind of like, all right, man, whatever.
You know how to clean a toilet.
Yeah, 100%.
gotta pick the cotton out of your ears, but I
Wait
can
a
get
minute.
Yorcie to do that.
Dude, he was ridiculous.
Earl,
It's not Earl, it's
be
Tommy.
cool. Tommy, I
Oh,
mean. It's
alright.
not Earl. It's Tommy.
I'm going back to watch football.
Nice guitar, Tommy.
Well, Burger.
Mitzi. You got to sing the song.
Oh, my God.
Did you ever remember when he used to play the
Dude,
guitar?
when I was at my
And wail on that
whale,
fucking in the main room lobby, it would just echo throughout the whole building.
that song
Jesus
was on YouTube
Christ.
and on the Comedy Store website for the longest time.
Naturally,
Yeah.
as it should be.
Ugh.
It should be when you go on the Comedy Store. It should still play
Oh,
like
God.
now, don't you think?
Haunting.
She told me I was the best looking guy up here. Speaking of whales, where's Steph?
I don't wait a
He
minute.
fucked with you a lot.
A
I
lot.
remember.
Earl, yeah.
I almost gave up. I really.
Man, we almost had you give up.
Mm-hmm.
That
I mean,
would have
I-
been.
I was so desperate at one point. I went on Guitar Center's website. Thinking,
No.
I'll just buy him a really nice guitar,
Fuck.
and I'll stuff weed in the. I don't even know what the hole in the guitar is called, but like the hole in the guitar, and just this will get me because I know how a certain person got past here was solely on giving him weed.
Sure.
Um,
And a lot of people. Well, a lot of people would get like better spots. One, I know who you're talking about specifically.
If
That
you're hungry, you would eat one of these,
right.
Or there was another person who would give him studio time.
Oh, yeah.
He was a nice guy, but I don't want to say his name. You know.
But he never got passed, right?
Oh, he got spots here.
Did he get passed? He
Yep.
did.
You know, what I'm
Euro
talking about.
Barris, right?
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I mean,
So we don't have to say his real name. We just call him Euro Barris.
well, then there's Baby Barris.
Oh, there's a lot of Barrises.
A lot
But
of
there's
Barris.
only one Barris.
There's only one Don.
There's only one Danny Barris, but
Mhm.
no, but yeah, I remember him. You're right. He did get passed because I used to get mad. He used to Fleischer the mic. He would change the mic.
Wait, what's the Fleischer the mic?
Fleischer used to bring his own mic or amplifier or something. He would fucking rubber band it around the mic, and I was like, what is he doing? It would be like crackling for the first like 2 minutes of it, and then he'd be like, hey man, and go into some weird voice. But then that Euro Barris used to disconnect it, and you'd hear, and then he put this almost like a fight old school mic
Yeah.
that comes down out of the sky, and I'm like, dude, really?
Jesus Christ.
You think you need to be that crystal clear?
No.
Shit jokes.
Well, when he was going on, it was pretty late, so it's like, dude, I
Exactly.
probably
I'm
don't
like,
even need a mic.
yeah.
Yeah, we can clearly hear you.
Yeah.
There's 8 people in here.
But
and-
back then there was 8 people. I mean, like,
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
literally,
And 5 of them were comics waiting to go on next. So it's not like I don't know who you're trying to impress. But
Yeah.
on potluck nights, he would do it too, and I'm like, you have 3 minutes. Why are you changing the mic?
Well, I think Tommy gave him a few extra.
Oh.
Well, I gotta lay down some tracks for my album I'm never gonna put out.
Potluck
He was good friends with Dalia too. That guy.
Whoa, was he?
Yeah, like
Didn't help him.
no, I don't know what happened to him.
Wait, you mean if you? No, I'm not gonna.
Say it. Come on.
Oh, we have a disclaimer. Say whatever you want.
Oh, wait, you mean if you're not friends with Dalia, you're not gonna be wildly successful?
It helps. I mean, I see him at my gym. I'm always very nice.
Hi, Chris. Oh, Chris is the
He's
nice.
always been
Oh,
nice.
Chris
to
is
me.
the
He
nicest
is.
guy in the world.
Yeah.
He
But-
said congratulations to me when I got passed.
Oh,
He walked in the back. I was like, "You don't come back here. That's crazy." All right, what's up, Doc? This is where everyone smokes weed. And I was like, "That's hysterical."
Yeah.
Yeah.
But he's not a weed guy.
He's not.
He doesn't
Yeah.
drink. He's
No,
like
no.
a more
Clean cut.
successful version of me.
See?
He doesn't drink, doesn't do anything, but he's successful.
I don't do anything. I'm with you, Earl. I'm the non-successful. Don't do anything.
Well, it helps.
Ranks.
I think it helps with your mental
I think we're very
sanity.
successful.
You guys are extremely successful.
All
Thank
three of
you.
us are though.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah. You're
Well,
also
now that you're a paid regular, we
well-
can tell you about all our other successes that
well
we didn't tell
respected
you
in the
about.
comedy community.
Are we really?
Yeah.
Really?
yeah, I mean, I don't think you. I've never heard a bad word about you.
Oh, I could give you a couple.
I think that's
But-
what the key thing is. Just one is like being funny, and also just a good, honest person.
Well, just here's the thing. To use Earl's words, be cool, man.
Be fucking cool.
Be cool.
You
Be
got to.
cool.
Just be
Dude,
cool.
be cool. But it's true. It's you do it. I love when you do it. Be
You got to
cool.
play it cool, man.
Be cool.
Because this place doesn't need you.
Exactly.
Like, you know.
How many times would I talk to you about getting past? Like, also just the struggle of just being like,
Because we came from the roast battle
Exactly.
world, which
Right.
is not. Some people don't like that show for whatever
Some
reason.
people disrespect, like they think it's disrespectful.
Mhm.
They're like, it's an insult. It's not comedy. It's not, and I'm like, but it is. It's a form of. So I'm not.
It's
Sure,
insult
it's
Friday
humor.
different.
Holding? Yeah.
Yeah, it's a little different, but
But I
it's
think
definitely an art in itself.
I think everyone thought I was going to get passed after winning roast battle, and I'm glad that I didn't because I think Adam and everyone making me work harder to get this
Absolutely.
made me a much better comedian.
But it's certainly a different art form
100%.
than stand up.
Yeah.
Yeah, because a lot of people are like, dude, I win all my roast battles and I don't get passed. I've heard men and women
It's like no,
say
that's
it,
not
and
how
I'm
it
like,
works.
I mean, I think it's like being good at slam dunking, but
Yeah.
you're not really that great at like other areas of basketball.
right,
Like,
Yeah.
right.
should work on your free throws. Or,
Yeah, man. I mean,
Yeah, Shaq.
I mean, you gotta
Well,
Man, whatever. Yeah.
you gotta look at what it took for me to get past. Where it was like I won roast battle, but even then, I knew I had like 15 minutes at best, so I had to build the time.
How long were you? You came here what year?
I came here
To the world
when I was
famous.
21. When I was 23, I moved here. So I'm that was
You don't have to say your age.
2012, I think.
Okay.
2012, I moved down to Los Angeles,
How
and then I
fucking
got the
young you
job
is.
here when I was 25. I got the job here when I turned 25, and then it was 2 years later I won roast battle on TV. I think it was,
Ooh.
yeah, like 2.5 years. And
I think
then,
it should be a drinking game every time you say a one roast battle
Yeah.
that people should drink.
it's tough
That's-
to. It's
Bro.
like it's very.
we had that conversation too.
Guys,
after,
get wasted.
in that
'cause he's gonna
format,
say it a
yeah.
lot.
You have to win 4 battles. I mean,
It's
in my
writing.
season, 5 days. In your season, I think it was you got maybe one more day, but like
Yeah.
you're going
What
up
do you
against.
mean you got one more day? Like, because
'cause
I never did roast battle. Like
you're better off.
So
but I would go up there. I loved it when
Mm.
Moses first started
Yeah.
it, and he'd pull us up and be like, "Hey, can you be a judge?" I'm like, "Sure. Why would I judge?"
the finals is different because it's a tournament, so it's like it's bracket style. So first 2 days, it's each side of the bracket battling, and then it gets whittled down.
Sure.
So the first day that you know who you're going against, you have what 5 days, something like that.
Yeah, they give us like a week. Or
They give you like
something.
a week for that first battle. So after that, you wait a day. So
So
the
you get a
other
week to write the joke
for that
For the
one
first
battle, for the
person.
first battles.
Right.
Yeah. So then the second day, you're waiting because you're seeing the other sides of the battles to see who you
Right.
may be going up against. And then that next day, you battle. So
Now-
then you have a few days. You have
As
like a
a-
day or two.
A battler, when you're watching that other half, are you writing jokes for both of those?
You have to.
I mean,
I did it differently. I waited to find out who I was going against, and then I wrote
that's
jokes.
so lazy. Okay.
Well, I mean,
Because a lot of people,
Oh,
He's one of them brownies.
well, certain people would write for
like
everybody.
the whites. Mm-hmm.
Also, a few other battles, and I thought that was a mistake only because it's like you're just expending so much energy on
yeah.
jokes you may not even use for people you don't know who you're going to battle against. Where it was like I
Yeah.
felt like taking it each person by person, that was just easier.
Yeah, I like that. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Because I mean, I probably would wait too because I'm Irish and lazy, but I like that would scare me. I'd probably be watching them like, oh, he already used this joke on that person, and you got to change that up a little
Mhm.
bit because I've noticed the few that I've seen, they do tend to say the same jokes.
Yeah, you really got to have to
a little bit of a different flavor.
You got to have to write really good, different, well constructed jokes.
Yeah.
It's very interesting.
But it's like I've seen people go up and just bash somebody on their looks and it
Mhm.
not work.
Yep.
My favorite battle that I ever saw was I was in the belly room. It was the live show, obviously with the regular weekly show,
Mhm.
and it was Sarah Tiana and Tiffany Haddish.
I remember that.
Yeah.
You remember that one?
Well,
Mhm.
Tiffany. Yeah.
But
She didn't
here's the
prepare.
thing: like to me, Tiffany, I'm more that way. I'm more of a performer. I'm more of a goof. I'm more of a you're wearing that, beat you down right on the spot. But Sarah Tiana is a fucking writer,
Mhm.
like a killer writer,
Yeah.
and like just ripped her. I was sitting with Leslie Jones up at the on the
Mhm.
where the
The
behind
balcony.
the judges
Yeah.
because I wasn't a judge. I just went up to support the women. I was excited. So And Leslie was like, "Oh shit, Sarah came to kill. Tiffany's getting crushed." Like she almost started crying. And then when it was so bad at the end, and I remember I'll never forget DeRosa was one of the judges, Joe DeRosa, and she goes, "I don't give a shit." Tiffany was like, "I don't give a shit. I'm gonna be a star. I'm on TBS show with what's his name?
Tracy Morgan.
No, Perry.
Tyler Perry.
Tyler Perry.
And Joe DeRosa goes, "What is it? Diary of an Unfunny Black Woman?" And I almost shit my pants. I mean, like she was setting the judges up.
Oh.
She was so out of her element.
Yeah.
And I understand that because I feel like I would have been the same fish out of water.
You will get eaten alive.
Yeah, if you don't prepare properly. And like Leslie, when we left, I go, "You know what? Fuck this, Leslie." Because again, similar, more performers. And I said, "Why don't you and I roast next week?" 'Cause that's how angry I was. I wanted to I don't know, fix it or something for Tiffany. And Leslie looked at me. She goes, "Nah, man, that shit hurts."
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And I was like, "Oh shit!" Fucking Leslie Jones is like, "No, I'm afraid of this. I don't want to do it."
I remember Leslie Jones watched two ladies go up in battle, and they both did not do well.
Oh my god, I was the judge with her.
Yeah.
I had to
And
hold
she
her back.
Screamed at them. The girl was like,
She didn't scream at them. She almost went over the
she
table
wanted to
at
fight
them.
them. She was like, "You know how hard it is for us as women? You going up there and fucking, dude, it was crazy."
Well, she might have gotten some party favors from Eric Marino.
Okay, that might have happened, but I'll never forget the girl. I know exactly who she is.
Yeah.
What she said that set Leslie off was, God, it was their second round.
Yeah.
And they didn't bring anything.
Yeah.
Like it seemed like they were like looking for spots. That's how bad it was. And they were like, "We'll just do roast battle." And the girl goes, Leslie goes, "You didn't even prepare." And she goes, "You gotta give us like a minute to like get into it." And Leslie was like, "What did you just say, bitch? You touched the stage already." Like she lost it. She went over the thing, and then Moses was like, "This is why we don't let women."
So
the
funny.
judges.
That was in the
So
early days of roast battle.
It was early. It was good. I was holding her back. I was like pulling her. I was like, "Leslie, you can't hit them. Like, what are we gonna
man.
do? They're fucking idiots. Let's just wait for the next crew. Okay, these girls stink, and they still stink." I'm just kidding.
Hilarious.
But I remember that so vividly.
Well, you just have to prepare. Or Ralphie May got.
Oh my God, remember that?
Ralphie
Yeah,
May
that was on
moment.
TV.
I was in the room. It was just like, I was sitting next to Adam, and it was like I couldn't look up. At one point I was just staring at my shoes, going, "Please let this be over fast."
Oh
It
my
was just
God.
Who was it that he went against?
Mike
Was
Lawrence.
it Mike
Mike
Lawrence?
Lawrence.
Yeah.
But
And
Ralphie,
he's great.
Oh,
right?
yeah.
Another writer. And again, Ralphie's a performer.
yeah.
It's out of their element. It's a fish out of water. I don't
Yeah,
know
man.
why he did it.
Well, he was just doing like street jokes, like Mike
Exactly.
Lawrence, your breath is so bad it makes onions cry. And it's just like, dude,
That's not
Mike-
how the battle
No.
works.
Mike Lawrence is like, "This is fucking all I've got," and then just was swinging, bro.
Yeah.
Like swinging for the fences.
Jeez.
Crazy. I watched that thinking, "Oh my God,
Yeah,
who
it was-
okayed this?"
Well, I mean, I
R.I.P. Ralphie. I love
Oh,
Ralphie.
Ralphie is the best, but like he did the same thing in the belly room against Tiana,
But
like,
again, it
they had a
takes
battle,
yeah,
and it was just as bad.
because Tiana's a writer.
Yeah, and
Tiana's a
Ralphie
writer.
was just
Murdered.
taking jokes from his act and putting Sarah's name in them. Like he had a joke about a rape whistle. I forget the joke, but he just
No.
put Tiana's
yeah.
name in it.
Please,
Yeah.
my
It
stomach.
was pretty great.
Tiana just pounced on him like Mike Tyson.
She had a depression joke about where he sits in his couch.
Yeah,
It was so great.
and
I
Ralphie,
remember that.
Yeah.
he's sweating. I mean, he's always
Always
sweating, but
yeah.
like now he was
Yeah,
really
yeah,
like
yeah.
drenched, like,
Oh my God.
and he was the best. But like, you have to prepare.
Like it's not that's why I say I don't like people that shit on it because it's definitely an art form.
Oh yeah, it's so tough.
Like it's not, and you see people, great comics like Ralphie May, like I mean Tiffany Haddish. I've done a million shows with her. She would destroy, but she got destroyed in a
Well, it's
out
not
of her
stand
element.
up.
Exactly.
It's just not. It's a different. It's
Yeah.
a different sense of humor.
It's a
so-
great leveling field.
Yeah.
yes. And but for you as a roaster, because you were already, I mean, you were doing stand up too before that.
I was
but,
kind of doing stand up. I wasn't that
but
good.
the roast battle was
but the
so
roast,
new.
yeah, and it was also perfect because as a young guy coming up,
And it's stage time, like
Yeah.
those girls were getting.
yeah. And also, like, I was battling door guys because it was like I wanted the fucking job. So, like,
Right.
I was just like, after I beat 3 of them, I was like, yo, I beat 3 of your door guys that you guys all love. Like, I want this fucking job. And then
Right.
They gave me the job eventually.
Right.
I beat Luke, Stewart, and who? I think Jerron.
Okay.
Yeah.
But that's back when
Jerron
Adam
Horn.
watched the show.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
So it actually, roast battle could
Help you.
somewhat get you in, not necessarily pass, but Adam would, he knows a good writer, a good comic. So,
Yeah.
And then I think one night a certain Asian manager wouldn't get out of his seat, and he's like, "Fuck this show." I mean, I'm not going to say who. God dang it.
We have a disclaimer, Earl. You can say whatever you
Yeah,
want.
but then she'll hear her name on the podcast.
And you don't want to.
So
Hashtag Team Chappelle.
Yeah.
What?
Oh, yeah. Hashtag funny friends. I mean, Jesus Christ.
I get it. And,
That's also the other crazy thing is like working here as a door guy, you get to see all of that and the craziness that like.
oh my
just the
God.
you know what I mean?
That's-
You're like, whoa, this is wild.
people never understand. Like they think I have friends that were door guys and then stopped doing stand up because they couldn't get where they want to be, left, tell these stories to regular people, and they're like, nah, it's not true. And I'm like, yeah, that's absolutely how it went down. Like the Comedy Store, and especially like these few guys that I'm thinking of, they worked here during the dead years when it was like nobody was coming in. Mitzi, her health was declining. And so we had the run of the place.
Yeah.
And it was a free for all. It was like this. Everyone was sleeping with each other.
Oh.
Everyone was.
Yeah, we're still doing that
Cameras-
now. Yeah.
cameras
let's
didn't
all
work.
fuck.
Yeah, but now you got cameras. You got to
Yeah.
find a
Dude, I
spot.
look into those cameras. You know what I mean?
But there
Do
is
you?
one spot where everyone goes.
Oh yeah, that's
It's like
a
some
good.
nights you have
But
to.
still, they
Fighting
figure
over it,
out
bumping
Yeah.
how
each
to
other's
see
elbows and
people
shit.
there.
It's like a deli ticket number machine should be
I
installed
just
up there.
said that the other day
Yeah.
about my vagina.
Uh,
Anyway,
Hello. But back then you'd go in the main room and there'd be like 4 guys.
Getting
you know,
fucking
doing what
bloated.
I know.
Yeah.
I remember one night. I mean, this is way back. We were all hanging in the bar, and this is gonna sound terrible, but we all knew the codes. Of course, they would lock up the bar, and we all knew the codes. The manager would leave, and they would be like, "Look, I gotta go. Can you set the alarm?" And I was like, "Of course I can." So they would leave. Then we'd open all the liquor shit, and so we're drinking in the kitchen, fucking around. And I walked in the OR to make sure the lights were off so that, and the front doors were closed because they always forgot to close the front doors.
Mhm.
And none of the alarm worked really anyway. So I went to, and there was the manager of the place and one of my waitresses fucking on the OR stage. And I was just like, oh, fuck, man. And the OR door was wide open.
Yeah.
The front door. And I was like, it's 4 a.m.
Did the light come on?
Was it a bald
I gave
manager?
him a 2. No, you wouldn't know this guy. This was like 99, 2000.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
right before I
yeah,
came
yeah,
up.
yeah. So you weren't even born yet,
I was
Frank?
born in 89.
Okay, no one likes you. Just so you know.
How old are you?
I'm 30 years old now.
Whoa,
Yep.
89. That's crazy.
Yeah. I dropped out of college to do this.
How you feeling about that?
Fucking so excited because everyone has college debt. They're all fucking married with like a house that they probably gonna go fucking under.
Belly
in.
up? Yeah, of
You know
course.
what I mean? They got kids that I'm pretty sure they don't like, and
Definitely
like, their
don't
Instagram
like.
pictures are not as cool as the shit that I get to do, and it's like
Of
the
course.
funnest thing in the world.
So where did you grow up?
I grew up in the Bay Area, but then I moved
Bay Area?
to
Say it right.
Yeah, Bay Area, and then I moved to Temecula down
Mhm.
south my senior year of high school.
Temecula.
Oh,
yeah.
Is that California or Mexico?
It's, pretty much, it's like Texas.
Oh.
Can't get any wider than
Right.
Temecula.
Yeah, dude, wineries,
There's a lot of meetings in Temecula.
yeah, Indian reservations. It's pretty crazy.
Really?
Yeah, I live right behind the Indian reservation.
That's amazing.
Yeah, that's
I've
the,
heard of it. I can't
It's like a lot of
picture.
speed.
yeah, a lot of lifted trucks and Monster Energy drinks.
It's like Bakersfield, but
on
Nicer.
steroids.
Yeah,
Oh,
nicer.
nicer.
Yeah. It's a lot of rich people, a lot of Mormons, very
So
conservative
you're saying
people.
you have money?
No,
Look
I
how I
don't.
looked you up
He
and down
does
that,
now.
Frank. Well,
my
now that you're
fucking,
off
my
the
fucking
market.
wife does.
Nice.
Oh yeah, she comes from a very nice
I
family.
can't believe you got married.
I'm very excited.
I mean, I'm happy for you,
Yeah.
but at the same time, I'm sad for you.
Oh no! Once it
I'm
ends,
kidding.
it's gonna. I'm never dating again. No, she's amazing. She's dope. We slept on couches together.
That's amazing.
Yeah,
I mean, we've
irresponsible,
all slept
but
on-
you know what I mean.
What do
I
you mean you
never
slept on couches?
Like I
Oh,
lived.
excuse me, Earl.
never
You're a
slept on a
fucking
fucking
Kennedy.
couch.
I lived in a living room.
By the way, I was
first
in
moved out
Dallas
here.
last weekend. Anyway, we'll get into that.
Stay away from the
Sorry.
convertibles.
I went. I looked.
Did you see where you got shot?
Yes. I was very
Wow.
excited. Andrew's like, I was with Dice, and he's like, why do you want to see this? I was like, I don't know.
It's cool.
Just-
I should film a special.
sorry. Yeah.
Right on that
I was
corner.
going to say, sorry, Earl. Like, because they're like, see that blue cone? That's where it happened. I'm like, it's still there? Like, don't they clean up? It had a Cowboys emblem on it.
Oh
I'm
my
kidding.
god.
I was shitting all over the Cowboys all weekend. Always fun to do that.
Did they like it?
No, I don't. I mean, they got mad and they would boo, and I'm like, go fuck yourself. I'm from Philadelphia. I'll fight this whole room. I don't even know if
great.
I'm allowed there. And I said, my first boyfriend or whatever, one of my ex Marios was a big Cowboys fan. So I said that, yeah, I dated a Dallas Cowboys fan. We killed him. And we buried him in his Troy Aikman jersey with semen all over it, just like the faggot he is. And they went crazy.
Oh, okay,
So I was like, all right, I got them.
that's great. That's
And
dope.
even Dice was like, why would you bring that up? They were getting mad.
Yeah.
Who's Troy Aikman?
Well, that was the next question.
Does he book hyenas?
Well, anyway, I got distracted by the JFK shooting. So, Temecula, and then you leave Temecula
So for Los Angeles.
for Los Angeles to just chase your fucking dream,
Yeah.
which I love, because it's a short run. That's not too far, is it?
No, it was like an hour and a half, 2-hour drive.
Wow.
But then I just
Can you
moved
imagine
here.
that?
Yeah, it was. You remember Trey Stewart?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was me, him, and like 3 other dudes in a 2-bedroom apartment.
Oh,
And then
Fuck.
like my wife was going to UCLA, but she would crash on the couch with me.
oh, I
certain
see what
nights.
you're
Yeah, yeah,
saying.
yeah.
Sleep on couches.
yeah.
I thought you were just like randomly
No,
going
no,
through
no.
LA, sleeping on couches
They're
that they'd
on the-
leave on the
And-
sidewalk.
Yeah, and then
Like, it's
she
so brown of you.
when she lived in her dorm at UCLA, I would stay there too sometimes. For like,
okay.
for like 5 months.
So she's
before I
a
got
graduate
place.
of UCLA. What does she do? Something exciting? Something more profitable
my
than
bad,
what
no-
we do?
Yeah, now she's got her master's in psychology. She's working at a
God
eating
bless her.
disorder clinic, and yeah, she
Okay.
makes like good money now.
Oh my God, because everybody has a fucking eating
oh yeah,
disorder.
a lot of
Oh, yeah.
actors.
Who? Did you,
Ralphie May.
anybody grow up like that?
What with eating disorders?
Yeah.
No, no.
Food was so few and far between
Yeah,
that
you
we
were.
were like,
Yeah, you were just poor.
if it was
man.
there, you're like, oh, I better eat that
Yeah,
because
100%.
we don't know when it's gonna not be
Yeah.
there again.
But now, with if you go on TV, everything's high def, whether you're a guy or girl. 5 pounds here, 5 pounds
Oh,
there.
definitely, you could get like body dysmorphia, but like, I don't know. I just never was like, oh, food is
Mm-mm.
gonna. I don't
Food's
know.
so
I-
delicious.
Yeah, and I mean, I get I'm such a junkie. I'm a candy person.
Really? Which
Oh
candy?
yeah, anything.
Mm.
We were at the airport the other day, and it was 8 a.m, I think 9 and whatever it was, and I got a giant thing of Swedish fish and
Oh, those are the best.
sour.
Those are so fucking good.
I'll be dead in an hour. I'm telling
you
you,
gonna
like
lose a foot?
probably. I could whittle.
Look how skinny you are, though. You've got the
I'm a-
metabolism.
I do have a good mentality, but I work out because I have the anger issues, so I don't.
Oh yeah.
But like 5 years ago, they were like, "Yo, your sugar is so high, you have to chill." I had like a lump here. I thought it was cancer. My friend was doing my makeup, and she's like, "Hey, you have a lump," and I'm like, "Yeah, it's my Adam's apple. Mind your business, you know." And then she's like, "No, I'm being serious, Dick," and it was like sugar
Holy
from
shit!
drinking so much Coca-Cola.
Oh my god, I drink
Literally,
a lot of
like,
Coke.
I mean, I would drink the big gulps,
Wow,
like at least 5.
Jesus.
I know.
A day?
I
You
think-
drank
What?
5 big gulps.
I have
Jesus, were you
issues,
diabetic?
Earl.
But
That's
we
what I'm
all do.
saying. I was borderline,
Wow.
but it wasn't like I'm a junkie
okay.
in that. Like if I like something, I get addicted.
Yeah, yeah.
Like I would wake up and think, all right, where am I getting Coke today? Like God forbid if I ever snorted cocaine, because I'd be the same way. I probably wouldn't be here now.
Hmm.
But I'm an addictive personality.
Oh yeah.
I smoked a cigarette when I was 9. It took me 21 years to quit. in the past couple months, I've been having one or two here or there.
Ooh.
I mean, you know,
Don't tell my mother.
I'm like that with energy drinks. I drink probably 5
Do
a
you
day.
do? No, I never tried those because I'm afraid to get addicted.
I mean,
What's your energy drink?
Diet Rockstar lemonade.
See, you said the worst word though.
Lemonade.
Diet.
Well, I mean, there's no calories, so I don't feel as bad.
I need the sugar or.
Oh, those
I
are
don't
like
do it.
cocaine, like the amp, because Mountain Dew makes it.
Yeah, yeah.
Mhm.
Mountain
Dew
It's like
makes
a
it.
Mountain Dew with like a double shot of caffeine.
Yeah.
But your teeth will rot out if you drink the ones with sugar.
Yeah.
So I mean, the ones without sugar are probably just as bad. So,
Yeah. I just a diet means they substitute whatever the sugar is,
yeah, with like
some other kind of aspartame,
aspartame,
and that gives
or-
me a bad headache.
Yeah, that shit fucks me up.
Yeah. You ever have anything that says light or diet? I can't have it.
I gotta have that real sugar.
Real sugar.
It's probably healthier.
Yeah.
Really? Well,
No.
I mean-
I was borderline. They were like, mm-mm.
But I saw a YouTube video for a guy cleaning his toilet with Diet Coke
Oh,
because there's something in the
Yeah.
chemical compound, and it was the cleanest toilet I've ever
but
seen.
don't they do that with regular like Coca-Cola? They're like, you have rust on your car? Watch this, and you're like, Jesus.
So you can imagine what it does to your teeth or your
Yeah.
My
you fucking
stomach.
asshole.
yeah.
Oh, my asshole. It's clean as a whistle.
Mm.
Shh. I'm Irish. We rot from the inside out. Nothing? All right.
Hello.
Those are my roast jokes. Let's see what happens.
Let's roast.
Let's roast. Have you still been doing battling?
Here and there, I usually like write.
Because you're a rock star now?
No,
so
but mostly just because it's like I don't. Unless it's like really fun for me, I usually don't want to do it.
You won the one they did at House of Blues?
Yes.
How exciting.
Yeah.
I remember that.
My mom was there.
I met your mom.
Yep.
I wasn't there that night, but I met her a different night. Maybe it was that night after. I don't
think
know.
she was there for the weekend.
Okay, because it was like a bit. I was like, oh my god.
I think
how
she was
cool.
doing coke in the bathroom. I'm not sure.
Probably, and I was selling it to her. So
Everyone kept
everything
telling me they
worked
kept
out.
running into my mom at the bathroom. They're like, she's such a sweet lady. I'm like, wait, what?
Why is she in the bathroom?
Yeah.
She's cleaning it.
Yeah.
That's racist, and I know that.
Wow.
So
It's realist.
admitting it is the first step. Is it
Wow.
not? Wow. Was it so he would say some dumb racist shit to you or no?
Oh yeah, but like it was always like few and far between. But when he would say it, it'd be like, yeah, all right, this is you totally fucking say that.
Catch you off guard like
Oh, absolutely.
fuck, that's real.
Yeah, but it was also so hysterical that it was like, oh, this can't be real.
Right. That's how I feel. Like some of the guys that I recommended to black guys particularly that he said some awful things to came back like white as a ghost. Like, I can't believe he just said that. Like they were in shock, and I was like, kind of hilarious, but okay, you're upset. Let me first console you.
Yeah.
But yeah, so you didn't get upset.
No. Because it's like, I mean, what am I going to do, you know?
Right. You
He
have
was
no
also on his
rights.
way out, so.
Oh.
Yeah.
How did you know he was on his way out?
You kind of hear things. You kind of also, like, after you work all the time, you kind of see it happen. You're like, oh, I get what the game is. I see what you do.
Yeah.
It
But
was
he'd
great.
been doing it for so
So
goddamn long.
So
Well, he'd
long.
probably still be here if he just. I don't
Well,
wanna say if he stole
initially-
correctly, but like if
Right.
he didn't take as much. Like
Right,
it's
he got
more-
greedy, but he had been doing. I mean, he had to be doing that for a year. I hired him, and we needed a body, so I was like, he got sent around, and somehow he got to me, and then Rob was the manager, Red Rob,
Mhm.
and I said, yeah, we need a body now. We need somebody that'll be on the phones. Just hire this guy. Who gives a shit? Because Rob was like, are you a comic? I'm like, just hire the fucking guy. We don't care. And he'd sit upstairs and play his fucking guitar. Medicine. You know, he didn't know her yet. But so he's probably singing Stephanie. But-
Bitsy.
Gave me herpes.
Wow.
Wow.
Sleeping with Arabs. What? So we put him on the phones, and he'd be up there, I don't know, fucking 12 hours, like just getting high. And I was like, oh, this guy don't complain. This guy's great. Like, I'm used, comics weren't showing up or
Yeah.
they quit and didn't tell anybody. And you're like, fuck. So then Mitzi would call, and it was her early stages of dementia, and he would talk to her and kind of calm her down.
Yeah.
And that's how he got in, and then we threw him in the cover booth because, again, we just needed bodies. And then he just worked his way in.
Mm.
The
Did you-
fastest I've ever seen, I think, especially through Mitzi, because other than Ari Shafir, nobody ever got away with, asking Mitzi questions on
Mm.
when they were a phone guy. Ari was the only one that would do that.
Did she? Did you notice that he was like definitely working his way in, or did it
I
just
just-
kind of happen?
Well, Mitzi would be like, "Where's Cookie?" And I'm like, "Who?" And she called Tommy Cookie Jar because he was so sweet, and that was her name for him. Put Cookie. Make sure Cookie's there. I'm like, oh, okay. She would always give weird nicknames. So Cookie Jar was Tommy, and so I just noticed like, oh, she likes him. That's good because we don't have to fire him. Because sometimes people would answer the phones and she'd be like, no, they don't get it. Goodbye. And then we'd have nobody answering phones.
Holy shit!
And so it was kind of
Yeah.
a blessing, but then I didn't realize that he
Mm.
was like a not nice person.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? Because
that's crazy.
he didn't come off that way. He just came off as this weird kind of stoner.
Yeah.
He didn't really want anything.
He's
He didn't
just
want to be a
always hot.
comic. Yeah, he didn't want to be a comic. And I mean, if you're sharing weed with Aprovia, that's amazing.
What was that provider story?
How long do you think I've been here? I'm kidding. A
Well,
long time.
I mean, you've seen him. Yeah, he's. I don't know when he. The last time he washed
Does he
that
talk
jacket.
to you?
He's called me a Nazi a few times.
A Nazi? Did you tell him
Yeah.
you're Mexican?
Yeah.
Oh, he
Doesn't
doesn't
work.
care.
Yeah, you can be a.
Are you a
Mexican
Nazi too?
Oh, he
A
hates
Jewish
me.
Nazi?
I'm like, I'm Jewish, Bob. He's like, oh, you're a collaborator.
It's funny because the first time you see him go up, you see everyone screaming at him. And you're like, dude, what the fuck is wrong with everybody? You guys are all
Mean.
like sick. This
Oh, yeah.
man is like mentally ill. Like, what the fuck's wrong with you? And then after like 6 months of not being able to clock out until you fucking see him get off stage, you're like, get the fuck off the
Welcome
stage,
to
you
my
sad
world.
piece of shit. And so it's like, I remember I was like screaming at him, well, just saying, because you can just say
All
whatever
of a sudden
you want
you
to him.
turn. Yeah, you're
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
who am I?
And then like I'm training someone, they're just staring at me. I'm like, oh, this was that moment that I had. Then I'm like, you'll get it in like 3
oh
weeks.
man, I mean,
Oh, that used to be a lot worse. So we used to throw
Yeah.
menus at him.
Oh,
and those
dude.
menus
so,
hurt.
and
Oh,
you
yeah.
were a menu thrower. I mean,
Oh yeah. Well, me and O'Neill at one point would go into the bathroom and just at like 2 in the
Allegedly.
morning. No, we did it.
oh,
And we'd get all the paper towels and we'd
the wet
them,
paper towels was a tough one.
and we'd form like a softball. And
Yeah.
it was hard.
Oh, I know it.
And we'd throw them direct
Robert
shots.
would come yelling at me.
And
Skakel.
and lemon jello. They're throwing.
That's Jay Leno.
Don brought like one night 15 laser pointers. So the whole room was just like late, and I'm shooting it right in his eye, and like I feel. But
Oh
yeah, I've
my
noticed
God.
when we don't do it, he's unnerved. Like he needs people yelling, "Get off stage, you
Yeah.
bastard!"
I mean, Jesus.
Anything
Painter,
anything to keep him from realizing that the material's not good.
But he writes new jokes. Like he'll have a
really?
reference on Monday, this coming Monday, about the Mueller hearings.
Oh, for sure.
So he
I
like
see what you mean. Yeah.
somehow will watch TV if he has one. He gets
Well,
his-
he's in like some kind of government assisted. I've offered him clothes. I've offered him money. I've offered him. I drove him home once. It was like, the scene in Goodfellas when they're like, oh, the stench, because they kill it. That's how my car was for like.
Oh my God.
And I was like,
How-
we hit a deer. The
Where does
hook,
he? Where did he live?
downtown.
Oh wow.
And I was like, I can't. My eyes were bleeding. I couldn't. I was like, my charity can only go so far. And then I was like, I'm gonna offer him money. So I offered him, I think, money and some clothes at the time. One of my ex-fiancés was giving away clothes, and I thought, oh, I'll give him the Robert. And he was like, oh, I can't accept any gifts. But I was like, yeah, but Mitzi gives you bus money, because Mitzi used to give him bus money to come here to close the show.
Huh.
And she felt bad
Yeah.
because I believe at one point he was pretty decent as a comic and then snapped.
Huh.
And he was either not a regular, but on Mitzi's radar.
He was about to pop.
Something along those lines. And so he would go on. He was fine because, like, even Robin Williams knew him. Like, those old school guys would come in and be like, oh, my God, he's still here? Like,
Mm.
panic. And So Mitzi always felt like he should. It's kind of like he should be here.
If
So
yeah.
she
she
gave him bus
only
money.
knew what we fucking throw at him.
Oh my god! But Joe Diaz made me laugh so hard the other night because I was hanging with Corey Soto, Freddie Soto's widow,
Yeah.
and Corey was the town coordinator here. So she called Joe Diaz, and she was like, "Joe Diaz," 'cause she's from New Orleans. "Joe Diaz, did you set Robert William Aperville on fire last?" I was like, "Fire? What?" But they used to. Eddie Griffin used to throw matches. That motherfucker Lucifer, and he'd throw matches at him, and the fucking stage would light up. I mean, brutal.
It's amazing.
But when Robert described it, for some reason, it wasn't Eddie Griffin. It was Joey Diaz. And Joey's like, "I'm in Miami, motherfucker." Like,
Yeah.
but poor Robert. I
Oh
don't
my
know.
God.
This
Rick
place.
Ingram, did you ever see Rick? Oh my God. Robert would call him Eric, and Rick would pretend to be his big fan. And Don Barris would come up and get mad and pick Rick up and throw him at Robert, the actual person.
And what was Robert's reaction?
Eric, I'm sorry that because he always called him Eric, not Rick. Eric, the Nazi voodoo conspiracy continues. I'm sorry they got you.
Jimmy Criminal Live. It's conspiracy theory.
Jimmy Criminal Live.
Yeah.
So wait, did you pick on him too? I mean,
I would shout things because I wanted to get off work.
did it work?
Oh, man, I would say things about his jacket, the way he looked, and there'd be a few times where, like, if you could get him to pause. And
If you bring up the buttons, he'll lose his
dude,
shit.
there's been a few times where I've like shouted things and like because shouting stuff from the back of the night or back of the room at the end of the night is like the best part. That was one of my favorite parts of working OR and like hanging out with
Sure.
Earl and all the guys. But like when you're sitting on Monday and you fucking nail him with something and he
That's great.
stops and then it keeps going, but like when you get him to pause, you're like, oh, that was good.
Yeah, because he'll acknowledge a good joke.
He'll acknowledge a good joke.
Oh, he'll laugh?
Yeah.
Oh,
Or
yeah. Well,
he
yeah,
gets-
it could be a little chuckle.
Yeah, he'll give you a chuckle. He'll be disgruntled, but yeah.
Like I think I had one where his teeth are really jacked right now.
No.
But I mean, like they're worse than they've ever been. I'm like, hey Bob,
Does he ever lean in to talk to you?
No. I'm like, Bob, why don't you go brush your tooth? And he kind of stopped and he laughed and then called me a Nazi.
I think I called him Kermit the Frog's lawyer at some point or something like that.
Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah, it was pretty good.
I like that one. But that suit is relatively new for Bob
Yeah.
because it used to be corduroy.
Oh.
And in the summer with the plastic, I'd be like, oh my God, he's going to die.
Well, sometimes he takes his shirt off.
Oh, that's my new favorite thing. When you
He's
see
pretty
him,
jacked. Like
But
for
yeah.
a guy who doesn't work out, like he's defined.
because he's starving or something.
Mm.
Maybe he has eating disorders.
Based on his teeth, it's probably too painful for him to eat.
Possibly.
I mean, his teeth look like black licorice squares. They look like Fat James when he died. No, I'm not making.
What Fat James look like when he died?
Fat James is the only guy to get heavier with bone cancer. Like he gained weight. I mean, most people when they get.
Earl!
My mom got bone cancer. Like so, it's a horrible disease to see someone get. Like you wither away. Like it's an awful disease. Fat James got heavier or something.
He did. And you
Oh
know
my
he was a fucking Marine. Do you ever see his picture? A Marine
Yeah.
or Army or something?
He was a normal, but someone cheated on him. I think he walked
Yeah.
in on it or something, and he
Something
was just
crazy.
never
And
the
he
same.
snapped.
Wait, oh what?
I mean,
And Dice used to call him Chips Keebler. There was so many fucking things.
I mean, I would take him to Dupars after we would do Sportsman's Lodge, and
One of my favorites.
yeah, now it's like a circuit city or something.
Do you remember the buses would be going by and we're trying to tell Joe?
Oh my God, it was horrible.
I would have Dice's kids there because I was supposed to be watching them, but at the same time I was doing
Horrible.
stand up.
Joey
That's
and
amazing.
whichever Jimmy was in.
I wanted to have Jimmy and Joey on, or Jimmy. Wait, who's the one steady?
Wait.
Joey.
Joey.
Okay, so have Joey, and then bring all the different Jimmys in to find out why they broke up.
Well, I used to think it
You
was.
think that would work?
Wait,
no.
so why did the
Oh, you
original?
don't even know
no,
who
no,
they
I,
are?
I know it was a duo, and then the Jimmy would always switch, right?
The original Jimmy was his brother? Like his blood brother.
Why did they break up?
I mean, I used to think the Jimmies were the problem. Like, oh, maybe they want money, or like they don't get the like a duo act. Should like
Yeah.
both be? And then I started to go, I think it's Joey is the problem. They leave pretty fast.
Oh, Joey's Earl. Seeing O'Neill fight Joey, so fucking funny.
Didn't Ingram not spit on him, but didn't
Ingram
like,
spit on him.
Jesus Christ!
It turned into, they would just go at each other, but fucking O'Neill just squaring off. I was like,
Oh
yes.
my God.
But Joey gave me a lot of stage time. Like
Me too.
when I wasn't in here, like I got to perform
Sportsman's
somewhere.
Lodge. We
He
did
had,
that a lot.
Vitello's. He had.
I never did that one, but I wanted to because I wanted meatballs.
What?
Oh,
Such
great
an idiot.
food.
Yeah, they had good food.
And then
And I would be like, oh, I wonder if they'll give me some meatballs. Like, you should probably ask for money, you dumb bitch. But
Can I get 10 meatballs?
good luck getting money out of Joey. At
Right.
Vitello's.
The name like Joey sounds like he pays in meetballs.
yeah, Jimmy, and the material was so bad.
Why
fuck.
don't Italian have necks? It was just like the craziest. But he worked hard. I'll give him that. Like he always was grinding, and
Oh, definitely.
it's like
One night they went on late night here, and it's like Mitzi passed them and then saw them one more time and was like, oh, wait.
Oh,
And then she
fuck.
stopped booking them. But so it was her doing, nobody else's. And then they were on, and Dom Irera was here. It was like an open mic night, like a Sunday or something. And he couldn't believe, this is when we had it on Sundays, not Mondays. And he goes, he couldn't believe how bad they were. But Mike Favorman was here. So him and Dom and Mike Favorman went on as Oy and Vey, the Jewish version. Oh, and they were just doing real hack Jewish
Oh,
joke. I
my
was
God.
crying. I was like, yes.
Were they there to watch it happen?
Yeah.
Oh.
My another favorite time was when Dice told them they couldn't say "oh," that it was his. Oh.
oh wow, that was half the act.
Was that half their act?
Because they would do the line, and go, oh.
So watching them while Dice would sit in Mitzi's seat, and he's totally fucking with
Right.
them, sitting in Mitzi's seat, watching them do their jokes without saying it, and they're just baffled. They couldn't segue. They couldn't. It was great.
I remember one time it was a potluck and J-Man, Abby Roberge is hosting and Jay Mandian was about
Flabby
to get
Abby.
Yeah. Jay Mandian was about to get introduced and Abby goes, hey guys, this next comic's really, really funny. He told his parents he wanted to be a stand-up comedian, but they told him it's pronounced doctor. And that's like his closing joke.
Oh,
and
yeah.
he did it right before he went up and like Jay was like, It was so funny.
No
to watch.
idea what to do.
Dude, the door guys fuck with each other
You have to.
all the goddamn time.
But
I
it
mean-
was even worse when like O'Neill and Danish,
fuck
when like
yeah.
James Painter, like
Painter with
Andrew,
Aprovia drove him crazy.
Painter bringing up Andrew Solomson, who's he's lost a lot of weight now, but back then he was a pretty heavy
Yeah.
guy. And he's like, I can't do a good Painter impression, but he was like, well, if you like boring fat guys who read jokes from their Palm Pilot,
I can't do it now. Oh my god,
Oh
I
my
can't even.
God.
you're
think
gonna
of
love this guy. And of course, Andrew walks up with his Palm Pilot, and he's like shaking like this, like Christian Bale in the business card scene in American Psycho.
Oh my god! I mean, Danish and O'Neill would bring me up and say the worst things about me. I mean, whatever. Ingram too. They all did it. But it was how you kind of. But a lot of people would get mad.
Really?
Like girls would be like, "You're fucking up everything," and it's like, dude, you gotta grow. This is how you grow here.
Mm-hmm.
This is a boxing ring.
Yeah.
And you're gonna get punched in the face
We're all gonna get punched in the face
Yeah.
a lot.
a lot.
Yeah,
Did people fuck with you too?
No, surprising. Well, it's also like when people if you're gonna give it to me, I'm gonna give it back. So it's
Mhm.
like that's how it is. So I'm usually quick with it, and it's always just fun. I also come from a big family of people just constantly talking shit to each other.
Yeah.
So like when people would make fun of me, like, "Oh, that's all you have to say," that doesn't hurt my feelings at all. I'm just
That's not
gonna-
even real.
Yeah. My mom says worse shit.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
My mom could level you. Yeah.
Moms do that.
But it's funny because people are like, "Oh, being at the Comedy Store, don't you get offended all the time?" Like, I'm like, "No, you should come over for dinner. My brothers and sisters would destroy you." comics are child's play comparatively.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I think here, like, as soon as you prove you can stand up for yourself, people leave you alone.
Oh yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
It's a gang.
Yeah.
Initiation.
Yeah, you get initiated, and the few that survive are still here.
And it's very few that survive.
Well, it's not. This place isn't for everyone.
Well,
place
here's
is
the thing,
not
like
for everybody.
Earl, you were never a door guy or worked here.
I
and
never
we
gone on
still
potluck.
accept you as one. I don't know why.
Well, I think because
I mean, I love it. I think it's great. Like you would hang out for some reason. Like you're talking about heckling late night.
I
You
did
were all-
that.
Yeah, we wouldn't let outsiders be fucking
No.
part of that.
Well, I think I
When
got
people
in.
would do that, I'd be like, "Hey, stop."
Yeah, with Barris.
No,
I
what are you
remember
doing?
the other night this guy was like filming and trying to shit on Barris, and I was like, no, you're not allowed to do that.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, I'm like, you piece of shit, like saying the worst thing.
Yeah, we're making fun of the ding dong, or
Yeah.
like the gay guy, Mystery Dan. I'm asking him if I can buy
Gay
his.
George Washington.
Yeah,
What is that?
I'm asking if I
It's
can buy
so
his
bad.
stormtrooper helmet he has on, and it's just his hair, and but if anyone else said
We
that
were
to
part
Dan,
of the wigs. Yeah, right.
I would go, shut the fuck up, man.
Yeah.
You don't know him. Like,
You're not allowed to do this.
that's what I love about this place.
But
is-
you were part of that, which is a pretty amazing feat without.
The band.
Well, I owe
The
that
band?
to Don
Yeah.
Barris, because Don, at the time, I'm like, I'm never getting past with Tommy here, and I'll just when Don and Brody had a falling out over who knows what. I said, well, I'll do Brody's thing if you need like a drummer. Of course, it's not drumming,
No.
but like this is my
Did
way
Brody-
in.
Yeah.
Did Brody do to you what he did to Ren is easy?
Well, I mean, he was a little passive aggressive with me. Like, you took my gig. I'm like, dude, this isn't a gig. Like, you're like the guy who.
He would sit and watch Ren is
Oh, yeah.
Just Twitch.
And Brody would put the light on his face.
So fucking funny.
So he'd look like that guy whose head blows up at the end of Indiana Jones, when his face melts, and like Brody's like looking at me. I'm like, he's like critiquing
my heart would just break.
Oh,
Yeah.
so
But I love
funny.
it. Yeah.
He was
But
like-
it was, I mean, he took it serious.
Oh.
oh yeah. I mean, I remember seeing Brody at the Knitting Factory close out the show, and
In New York?
no,
Or
you know,
here?
there was the
we
Knitting
have
Factory.
one here too, yeah.
It's gone now, but Sunday nights was like a happening room. Remember
Yeah.
that fat dude Ramsey that died?
Yeah.
Ramsey Moore. He ran it. And,
How'd he die?
You'd think that a guy who weighs 500 pounds would have better arteries, but a heart attack.
Strange.
But Brody would close out the show and he would do these drum solos. I'm like, who the fuck is this guy? Like, this guy's a maniac. And he's,
He
doing.
was the best man.
Oh yeah, it still doesn't seem real. I mean,
It's
Yeah.
not. It's
No.
crazy. I keep waiting for him to show up and be like, was that good?
you got it.
You got it.
It feels like he's permanently on the road.
Yeah.
Something like that.
You know
Yeah,
what I
it's
mean?
like almost like you want him to
Mm.
be. So,
Well, Oligny's keeping his spirit alive.
of course.
Hilarious.
I mean,
Hilarious.
geez, I'm sad too, but come on.
There's nobody I love more than Earl sometimes.
I keep it real. I keep it real.
Bro,
You
if-
just are sitting there, you're like, whoa.
God forbid Earl ever loses his phone. I'm like, man, someone better fucking delete all this.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, his
the
phone?
shit me and Earl talk. That,
But wait, I mean, I
have
don't
some
take
text-
back anything I've said, like
Mhm.
to you. Like we have like a private 2-person beef chat, just where we say this person sucks, and
Yeah.
It's therapeutic. It's
You
very
have
therapeutic.
to.
Oh, we do it all the time. Now, today I learned that you can add somebody.
Mhm.
Okay, I didn't know that. So there was 3 of us in this conversation. They were like, "Oh, I'm adding blah blah blah." They added that person, and we were shitting on this one person, and that person that was added was like, "Hey, I'm adding so and so." I just added so and so, and I was like, "Oh my god," because we wrote the worst things about this person. But I didn't know you can add people.
oh, you can take them out. I mean, I have a 5-person chat, and let's just say one person is of prominence behind the scenes here, and they get a little too nervous, so they leave the chat constantly.
You just constantly see leaving
all it
conversations.
says is just left.
Yeah, so and so has left, and then someone else in chat always adds them back in. Just it's pretty funny.
That's my favorite. Now I didn't know you can add them back in. That's,
Oh,
yeah.
man.
but I've seen them. I've left a few.
Yeah.
O'Neill. I can always get O'Neill to leave conversation, and I love that.
How?
just anything. He gets nervous because he's big on conspiracies, government. Like any minute now, he's going to join Tripoli's.
Oh my god.
him and
Yeah.
Eddie Bravo.
Pretty much, yeah. Because O'Neill's a little nutty like that, which I love. But you could say some things, and he's like, "Hey, man, I'm out. Like
Yeah.
the
That's
government's
too close.
watching."
It's too close.
Yeah, well, I mean, I had to delete all of Ralphie May's DMs to me.
Oh my
God.
Not that anyone's hacking into my phone, but I'm like, just in case. Sorry, Ralphie.
Yeah.
Delete. I mean, he sent me some pretty wacky.
Mine are pretty bad too, but I mean,
I
because
know.
it's mostly say things for shock to
Yeah.
fuck with people,
Of course.
but no one, you know,
Yeah.
you'll just throw something in there and they're like,
Yeah.
"Oh fuck, hey
Like,
man,
whoa.
yeah."
I would send my dick pic to just random people.
It's
you know.
amazing. I think I sent your dick pic to my ex Ronnie, who was in love with you, but not in that way. Like
No,
he
he
just he loved Earl. Like, hey Earl, and everyone loved Ronnie more than me, which was weird. When we broke up, Jeff Richards was like, "So he's not going to come here anymore?" And I'm like, "Just get a new impression, okay?" But I sent him your dick pic, and he sent it to his girlfriend.
So
My
here's
mom's
like,
a big fan of the pic.
It's
No,
been
I'm just
around,
kidding, I'm
Earl.
just kidding.
Well, I had to.
It's
I got
circulating.
in trouble for showing it probably about 4 months ago. Up here. It was an
To
incident.
who?
Who got sensitive and bitchy?
It's a great.
It's a great cock.
But it's a great story.
I mean, it's a
of-
great what?
I mean, I was there's some, you know, I think I'll tell you off air. It's,
Earl, we have a disclaimer,
Well, I think.
and I have to go on stage. So you
I
have
mean,
to say it.
I just like it was a Me Too. Like they lied, and I think the girlfriend liked it, and the boyfriend got a little upset about the girlfriend admiring it, and so there were some phony accounts made up and threatening lawsuits to the Comedy Store and me. And,
Oh, we get them all the time.
well, I mean, it got so high. It got high up that where Eric Anderson was like, "Hey, you didn't do anything, did you?" I'm like, "Oh no, it's like they're making it up." And I mean, it was for 2 weeks. I thought I'm done. I'll never perform at the Comedy Store again. I'll get fired from the cartoon. And
Oh,
you know,
shit.
And then they showed it to the Comedy Store lawyer, and this is a fake email. Like,
Yeah.
They saw the picture and they're like, "No, it's a good dick."
yeah, well, it is a great dick picture. And
I mean, it's a good angle. It's like you're really good
Really?
at
Yeah,
selfies.
yeah.
Like,
well, it was just Jeff Richards asked me what my ex-girlfriend Gail's pussy looked like. And it just so
Okay.
happened, you want to see what Gail's pussy looked like? Hold on, Jeff. I took the picture. He's at the Improv sitting next to Paige. And
Oh,
I got
my
a
God.
spot at the Improv the next night.
oh, hello, Earl. Come on
Well,
down.
hello,
Big Earl. They don't call him Big Earl for
I
nothing.
mean, it's big enough. I even showed it to Spade one night. It's like, Jesus, dude. Can I open for you if you're that impressed?
Work on the show. And you're on Jellies right now. Very exciting.
Yeah. No, but Tyler, the Creator, is so famous that he might just say, I don't want to do a cartoon anymore.
Fuck. That's crazy.
I mean,
It's crazy that people have that kind of,
yeah.
easiness to walk away from something
Yeah.
where most of us are like, oh,
Oh, yeah.
it's
Oh,
happening.
God.
Please have a show.
Do
Please
it
have
more.
a show.
Stay
Yeah.
more.
Yeah, I mean, he's like, I don't know, how old is Tyler? You probably, I mean, he's
He's
more.
like in his 20s.
Do you work on that show as well?
No.
No, I just meant it's
Oh.
more his generation.
Yeah, yeah,
Like,
yeah.
I see. I
I
see.
think it's like late 20s.
Yeah, I mean, but he's
Fuck.
so nice. Like he's.
Who
like,
is he?
He's just a rapper.
Super cool.
Had the number
Oh.
1 album out recently.
Okay.
So like he's got like, his concerts and his music,
Like
and
real shit.
Clothing.
his clothing store in Fairfax is a line out the door
Oh,
every day.
yeah. Okay. I know who it is. Yeah. Okay.
So, but I met him through Roast Battle. So
That's amazing.
All roads lead back to Roast
Roast
Battle.
Yeah.
It's really helped. I mean,
Do you have like stuff coming up? What are you working on right now? What's
August
happening?
23rd and 24th. I'm going to be in San Jose. I'm going to be recording an album.
Ooh,
Yeah.
look at
August
that. He gets
23rd,
made a paid
24th.
regular. He puts a fucking
Hey.
album out.
Hey,
why
man.
not?
Trying to get rid of all this shit.
Gotta.
Yeah.
Gotta. You gotta. You're
San
right.
Jose, August 23rd, 24th. Santa Clara Brewing Company.
Okay.
It's going to be my hometown. Very excited. And then I'm opening up for a Mo Ammer for the rest of the year.
I love him, and
He's
that's
amazing.
awesome.
He's
He's
super
a
dope.
good guy.
He's an amazing
Yeah.
guy.
That's killer.
Yeah.
Mo Emmer.
I've been really lucky. I've been going out on the road with him, and then whenever him and Michael Che are in the same town, they do
Mhm.
pop-up shows.
Yeah.
So then I get to host those.
Yeah.
So it's like me, him, Rosebud Baker, Cypher Sounds.
Cypher's one of my favorites.
Cypher's amazing.
That's my boy right
Yeah,
there.
they're
Shout out to
dude,
Cypher.
We were in. We did Washington D.C. That was that whole weekend was a fucking blast. And then we also did San Francisco, and that was amazing.
Cypher and I did the Impractical Jokers cruise together, and we're lifelong friends now.
He's amazing. He's the dopest.
the greatest. Do you know Cypher?
No,
New York
no.
dude. He's
Black?
Puerto Rican. Well, kind of brown.
Wow.
Brown is the new black.
Wow.
I can't even watch that show, Orange is the New Black. I can't even look at a
Jesus.
pumpkin anymore.
Mitzi.
Mitzi was my baby. Told me I had good skin and not to steal that much.
He said it was okay.
He actually told me that.
I know.
Off
He told
air.
me. He told me that on air. No, I'm kidding.
He grabbed me by the arms like, she just told me not to overdo it. And he's talking that loudly in my apartment. I'm sure my neighbors were like, what the fuck
Oh,
is
that's right. You had him on your podcast. I forgot. Guys, don't forget.
Two-parter.
Inappropriate Earl had Tommy Morris on.
So great.
Two-parter.
I've
only listened to.
He talked the whole time.
Oh, I literally.
Without questions.
Well, I
he
think the first one was so good from the standpoint. I think people thought I just wanted him on there so I could bash him. Why didn't you fucking pass me? I just let him talk.
I love it. I fucking love it.
So good.
And then the second one, I never thought he'd come back. I'm like, I actually kicked him out on the first one. I'm like, dude, I gotta go. Like, it was like 2
Yeah, I remember
hours.
it was like hours.
And I said to him, dude, anytime you want to come back, place is yours. He calls me the next day. What are you doing? I'm like, oh, nothing. He's like, well, I want to come back. I'm like, well, dude, yeah,
So
okay.
But you
Yeah.
had to do it because it's great and it's documented, and now
Yeah.
it's there.
I mean,
Piece of
I
history.
try and steer people just to that episode of the podcast.
You
Like,
have to.
it's.
I mean, you have great ones, but do you
but
have
I
a
mean-
podcast as well?
No, not yet.
look at that.
Me and Laura Bites are working on one together.
Good.
She's
Another
also,
new page.
She also just got passed. She's
Very
fucking
exciting.
hysterical.
I like her.
I love
She's
that.
so fucking funny. She's gonna
I've
be on the
heard
Spade
great
show.
things. Yeah.
She's dope, man.
She's on the Spade show
I think
as
she's gonna be doing. I think she'll be one of the course, or she'll be like one of the talking
Okay.
heads or whatever.
cool.
But yeah, it was cool getting passed with her because we both were doing the potlucks at the same time. So we'd always be at the same kind of spot together, either following each other or like within a few. So we got to like hang out with her and shit, and like we've been really close. She's fucking super dope. She's like my Jeremiah. You know how Tony and Jeremiah
Sure,
hang out?
sure,
And
sure.
They just like get
I
silly.
love that. Yeah.
Yeah, man, it just gets silly. It's fucking hysterical.
That's great.
Yeah.
Earl, do you have any dates coming up?
I think with you in Edmonton.
Oh my God, Earl, that's right. I promoted that earlier. But yeah, this will be out a little bit before that. So Edmonton, that week it'll come out, I think.
Yeah.
So we'll be in Edmonton August 15th
yeah,
through the
it'll be fun at the
19th?
House of Comedy.
No, it's
Or-
called Comic Strip.
Oops.
Yeah.
Sorry, Rick. Tammy.
Sorry, Rick and Tammy. It's Comic Strip in Edmonton. I'm very excited. On another podcast, I was like, Edmonton, Calgary. I don't know why I made them together. I meant to say Canada, but I'm an idiot
It's
today.
a great. There's only.
I've never been, so I'm excited. To Edmonton, I mean. I've done BC. I've
It's
done
cold.
Vancouver.
Never done Canada.
You should.
It's cold in August?
I mean, in Edmonton, there's two things to do: go to the comedy club and watch the Oilers play hockey. Like, there's nothing to do up there other than the
Wow.
mall. The mall's, which is where
It's
the
like
comedy
the
club is at.
Minnesota thing. Did you
Yeah.
ever do the Minnesota, which is called the House of Comedy, that one?
Well, they have
in
a
the
beef.
States?
The Mall of America has a beef with the Edmonton Mall. Because
Oh.
Oh, shit. Because they're supposed to be who's
the
bigger?
and so, like the Edmonton Mall says, well, we have more square footage, and then the Minnesota Mall's like, but we have more stores. Like it's like the
We're
blood's-
colder. No,
Yeah.
we're colder. Wait, what? Why are we arguing over this?
So, but it's a great club. I mean, the people.
I
you'll s-
can't wait. I'm so excited.
It's an amazing. And Rick and Tammy are like the best.
Oh, they're so dope.
like.
It's
He
so
was so
cool.
nice when I went and saw him in Arizona.
Yeah, like I wish every club.
We did
owner-
Arizona together. Me and
Yeah.
Earl. We did Phoenix, and now we're gonna go do that.
Yeah.
We're not fucking. We're just friends.
Okay,
so.
relax, everybody. But we are.
I mean, well,
Hi,
you're hot.
man.
I mean,
Yeah.
let's
Still
not,
got it going on.
But I'm more attracted to your girlfriend right now. Is that cool?
I mean, hey,
Be
whatever.
cool,
Be
bro.
cool. I'll go to.
Be cool, bro.
I'll go to Gold's Gym at the mall, and you guys can,
Is she gonna come? Good.
She wants to.
Great.
So.
No, she's cool as shit. That's good.
Yeah, she's cool.
So
she-
we're not fucking just because a girl hangs out with a guy. Yes, they normally do fuck, but I'm different because I have a bigger dick than most of you guys. You just haven't seen my dick pic. Hey.
Wow.
Well, just have Jeff Richards ask what your Ronnie's pussy looked like, and then you'll get booked at the Improv with Paige.
Ronnie, I think I have a few of Ronnie's, so I'll send those out.
Well, I only had one dick pic because it was like, I'll never take a better picture than that.
No, it's like it went through makeup. Like, it was great.
It was just the lighting.
Nailed it.
Oh,
Perfect.
It really was.
Nailed it.
like,
I love you guys.
Love
Thank
you.
I
you
love you too. Thank you so much for having me.
for
It was
doing
a lot of
this.
fun.
Yes.
Edmonton, come see us. If you're there, please
San
go see
Jose.
Frank.
August 23rd, 24th.
Yeah, that's amazing. But also with Mo Ammer.
Mhm.
That's great. Yeah, so I'm proud of you.
Yeah.
Yeah, you
Congrats.
should be,
Thanks,
dude.
man.
It's a
Welcome
big
to the
fucking
family.
deal.
Glad to
Fucking
be
thrilled
here.
for you.
Can't wait to get super
Rally
drunk.
for the Mexicans. Let's
Wow,
do this
let's
shit.
get them all
Me, Francisco,
deported.
and Jesus.
What? I love that you named them.
He's got Taco Bell
Francisco's
hair.
not Mexican.
Hey, counts.
No.
Oh, he's
Venezuela?
good looking. He's got nice hair.
Well, I think I missed my spot 3 times. All right, bye. I don't care. Yell at me.